Hi, welcome back. Now this morning, I'm joined out in the cold, and you guys are going to warm things up for me. We have Kyle Hance, we have Austin and Josh Curtis. Now we're talking fires this morning. Good morning to talk about it because, boy, it's cold out here. You two especially
Sure
brave.
is, yeah.
Good choice on the jacket, I think. So we've got a few different techniques of fire we're talking about this morning. Now, Kyle, what are we starting with here?
What we're going to be starting with here is flint and steel. It's a neat little thing, and that's what the boys are going to be using here to start a fire for us to get us a little warmed up. You take the steel and you rub it against the flint, and it makes these sparks. And they're going to use these sparks right here, there you go, to light one of these. This is what we call a rat's nest. It's made up of just regular binder's twine, and we just pull it apart until we get this.
Looks like a rat's nest.
Yeah, looks like a rat nest. You want to start warming us up over there? Obviously, there's plenty of other options. We got lighters, we got matches. For the more adventurous, we got steel wool and a 9-volt battery.
Really? Now, how does that work?
Well, you take your steel wool, you kind of spread it out, and then bunch it back up together. You touch it to your 9-volt, and it sends the charge through it, and you can see there's those little getting red there.
Now that is unique.
When you just blow on it, and there you go.
Wow, very impressive.
It's ready to go.
Now, we're talking fire here, and of course, Upper Peninsula, sometimes dry. What are maybe some safety tips you're out here trying to spark a fire? What are things you kind of look for, make sure we're safe when we do this?
Well, as you can see, we're here, not only are we on the pavement, we're in a fire pit, a portable fire pit. You never want to do it right on the grass. You always want to have some sort of fire pit with some sort of barrier. Normally, they say at least a foot of rock around it if it's not in the ground like you'd find at a campsite. And of course, you're always going to want to make sure you have water nearby in case that fire gets out of control. You never know what's going to happen, especially up here. The wind can change any minute, blow your fire away, and you're going to want to be able to put that out. All right.
Now, when you go outside, is this the kind of stuff that you bring with you? You're going camping, you kind of prepare for this, or is this your last resort type scenario?
For the wood?
Yeah.
The wood you're going to want to bring with you. We don't want to ever chop down fresh wood for a couple of reasons. I mean, we don't want to take down trees. We're one of the nice places in the world that still got them. And that wood's going to tend to be moist on the inside. It's still from a fresh living tree. This wood is usually what we use out at Scout Camp has been dried for about a year.
Okay.
And that's usually what you'll find when you go to other places and buy the firewood.
All right.
And then on top of your normal flint and steel or your little rat's nest or whatever you're going to use to light up, we use 3 types of wood.
All right.
We got kindling, which is the really small wood. We have tinder, which is a slightly larger wood, and then just big old logs. And we use it like a chain reaction. We light the fire starter to get the kindling lights the bigger stuff, and the bigger stuff lights the logs.
Okay, so you use a little bit of everything, kind of work your way up.
Yep, you'll work your way up.
All right, very nice. Yeah. Okay, so still working on the fire here. I think we're gonna get that started here in a little bit. And it's cold out here. I know people, you guys are brave for being out here. We're gonna get this fire going in just a little bit here. But right now we're gonna go back in studio. We're gonna check in with meteorologist Dan Drew, who's got to check on this chilly forecast for us. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now this morning we're keeping with the scouting theme. I'm joined by Audrey and Danny here. And you guys, right off the bat, what I kind of notice here, 2 different uniforms. And now you're from the Venture Scouts. You're with the Boy Scouts. Now, Audrey, what are the differences? For me, Venture Scout, that's kind of new to me.
Ventures are part of the Boy Scouts of America, as where the Boy Scouts usually run like 12 to 18 as their youth. The Ventures are not only co-ed with both boys and girls, they run from 13 to 21 is the ages of the youth, and they're usually a more high adventure, activity oriented. They can do a little bit more things than the Boy Scouts, but it is a lot of fun. In some cases, I think it's a next step for scouting.
Okay.
It's nice to have those other 3 years after you're 18.
All right.
To still be a youth and still have fun, but it is a lot of fun.
Okay, now what kind of got you involved in it? What made you want to join into Venture Scouts?
I've been in Scouts since I was 4.
Okay.
I've been in Girl Scouts, and I worked up that chain, and I had some friends that were in Ventures, and they're like, it goes longer. It's a neat program, so I got involved in that, and then I got involved in Boy Scouts, and it just kind of cascaded from there.
All right, nice. Now, Danny, you're with the Boy Scouts over there. Now, what kind of got you into Boy Scouts? And now, originally Cub Scouts, of course, right? That's where you start?
Yeah, you start at Cub Scouts. You go from, oh, it's so long. It was, what?
Seems so long ago,
Started
right?
like 5, 6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, like first, second grade, I think, and then you go up to 4th, and then you become a Weeblo, then you become a Weeblo 2, then you go to Boy Scouts, and right now I'm at Scout, and there's different levels of Boy Scout, like Tenderfoot, Eagle.
Okay.
Eagle's one of the highest.
Yeah, Eagle's the highest Boy Scout rank.
All right, now what got you into Boy Scouts? What was that selling point where you're like, I want to stick with this?
I was in 2nd grade, I had nothing to do. And so I thought
That
I'd
was
just
it,
join
huh?
it. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Now I'm sure you've got plenty to do. And speaking of that, you got a little trophy in your hand there. Now, you were telling me 3-time champ in the Pinewood Derby. I'm thinking Jimmy Johnson better watch out.
Well, the Pinewood Derby is one of the bigger parts of Boy Scouts. It's not like the Space Derby or what's the boy race called?
It's a pretty big event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's both Cubbies and Boy Scouts. They build the car, they race them. It's like an all-day deal.
Okay.
It is a very big area, and they have there's several different like semifinals kind of things
very
that
neat.
go on. So it is quite a big
So
event.
one of the events definitely to look forward to each year.
Yes.
All right, now real
Lot of
quick for the
anticipation.
both of you, what are you kind of looking forward to in the future? What are your plans from here on out? We can start with you, Audrey.
Well, I'm in 4 troops right now that I'm involved in, and I guess I'm gonna keep going with that. And,
All right.
I love helping. I love volunteering. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, Danny, and now what's the future hold for you? NASCAR?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
NASCAR. All right, well, watch out for Danny. I'm going to try and get our fire going here. It's a cold one out there today. We got a little bit of a fire going, and I want to thank you guys for coming in and joining us this morning. It's been real fun, and of course, you can check out for more information on how you guys can help other people get involved here. Got a phone number and an email address, so get out there, sign up. Audrey, Danny, a lot of fun. Looks like you guys really enjoy it. Thanks again for coming in this morning.
You're welcome.
And we're going to check out on your partners out there outside having some fun. Vicky's going to be learning how to pitch a tent. Stay tuned.
That's gonna be fun.
Welcome back, everybody. We are talking all about scouting today, and joining us this morning now, we've got Kevin.Corkin, the Executive Director from the Hiawatha District. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us today.
All right, you guys, now the fire is going, it's nice and warm, you know, and now the next important thing, and I know they're going to put a tent up, and it always amazes me how fast it goes up when you've got people who know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. It's always important to know what you're doing when you're setting up a tent, especially if you come to a camporee in the dark. So.
Right, yeah, so while they're setting up our tent behind us, as you can see, the ladies are pitching their portion here. You know, could you tell us a little bit about scouting here in the UP, and
Sure.
What's the district, what Boy Scouts are all under the auspices here?
Well, we cover the whole UP with the Hiawathaland district.
Okay.
Covers, we have 1,600 kids in scouting across the UP. We cover everything but the Gogebic County. That's another territory. We cover Cub Scouts, which is 1st through 5th grade. And right now is our big roundup season where the kids will get flyers at school. And we'll go to the schools and talk to the kids about scouting, and then they'll have a parent meeting roundup night. So that's our big September season, is recruiting Cub Scouts.
Wow.
And then we have Boy Scouts from 11 to 18 years old. And that's where most people know about the Eagle Scout and the highest rank in scouting. And then, as they just heard about today, our Venture Scouts, which is co-ed from 14 to 21, which is a relatively new program to most people.
Now, I noticed Scouts, starting from young to old, they start collecting those badges.
Yeah.
How many badges are out there for kids?
Well, right now we have over 130 merit badges for the Boy Scouts, but you know, we have patches for weekend campouts and lots of different events as well, summer camps.
Wow.
And they can earn badges for lots of different events as well.
And I know I was talking to the kids here because they got a great fire going here, and really scouting is a year-round event. You do some winter activities activities too.
Yeah. You know, we're just demonstrating tent setup here, but we also do winter camping. So we'll have to show you sometime this winter how to build a snow shelter.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And look at this, as they get this tent, I mean, lickety split and it is ready to go. I mean, they're putting the rain cap on top of it very fast. You know, these are skills that I should learn.
Oh, yeah.
So now if a kid wants to get involved and the parents want to get involved, how do they get a hold of you to learn more about scouting?
They can email me, just Kevin.Corkin, C-O-R-K-I-N, at scouting.org. Or we do have a nice website, beascout.org, run by our national office that has shows where all the units, including our venture crew, are located, and contact information for local leaders too.
Fantastic. I'll tell you what, big round of applause. You folks did great here this morning.
Yeah,
We're ready to go camping now. I don't have skills, but they do, and your kids can too. So be sure to learn more about scouting and the great way that they can get out there and really enjoy all the good stuff that the UP has. Tell you what, coming up next, we're going to check out the things to know as your TV6 Morning News continues.